After hyperburning my mechanic to level 250, I wanted to share some tips and advice that I have for new players that want to get their mules or their main to level 250. So when it comes to hyperburning specifically, you want to start out at levels that will give you the most benefits and least amount of training. So what that means is you want to start off at level 202, 205, 208, 211, 214, etc. Because doing so will let you get to level 250 in the fastest time. If you start off at level, let's say 210 and you end up at level 249, then you just have to train that last level from 249 to 250. And that's going to take longer than if you were to start off at 211 instead. Training from 210 to 211 is a lot easier. Now you might be wondering, do you need meso gear? Should you have drop gear? My opinion for hyperburning is probably not, because while frenzied in regular server, I made around 2 bill to 3 bill going for 250 from level 220. It took me around 20 hours of training from level 220 to 250. A key thing that you want to know about funding is you want to use a lot of external sources of arcane force from hypers, guild, and so on. If you're hyperburning, they give you a lot of free symbols. They give you level 5 symbols for VJ, Choo Choo, Latch, Arcana, Morass, and so on. You also get a free title that gives you 50 arcane power as well. Having 1.5 times arcane force is a lot more important than having the proper gear. Now I suggest hitting Arcana after level 230, because if you're hyperburning, they give you a lot more symbols and arcane force from those symbols, and you get closer to the level ranges. Of course, if you're whale and you can one-shot, you can definitely go for Arcana, but because Arcana mobs are so high in level, you really need to make up those extra level difference as well as the arcane force difference. So it's very important that you have enough arcane force and you're close enough level, and you can basically stay in Arcana until level 250 with no problems at all. Of course, if you're more dedicated and more whale, you can definitely go for harder training maps such as Esfra and Celis, but if you're a newbie and you just want to get it over with, especially during hyperburning, Arcana will suffice. Now obviously, having the correct gear is very important when you're training to level 250, so make sure you check out this next video which showcases what gear I had on my mechanic to get to 250 in the cheapest way possible.